Hey, good morning, fellas. Happy Friday. 95 days of me being sober. And the point of this video is I'm going to say this. I'm going to title it The Dangers of Living Alone as a Woman. My mother-in-law is 75 years old. She called us 1:30 in the morning last night, yelling and crying. Uh, there were people next door to her who were being robbed. And I mean, house invasion type of robbing. And what led to all of this is a bunch of the ladies that lived there got tired of paying for the security that roamed the God, I'm a little upset, roamed the property grounds and controlled the access to the front gate. Now, the people that did this, they won't get caught. And unfortunately, I don't know if many of you know somewhat about Juarez, Mexico, but you can't necessarily call the police because the police may have given them a tip to go to that house. This area where my mother-in-law lives is usually a bunch of older women, um, Franklin Mountains, who have all live in their families have grown and moved out. Their husbands have passed away, and they're pretty much there by themselves. Now they have bars on the windows, and their carports are usually uh, locked. But it doesn't stop real bad guys who want to come and take something from you. And if you don't think that bad guys know the difference between trying to take something from a woman or from an older woman or taking something from my house where I'm fucking armed to the teeth and you can come in, but you're not going to leave. Not definitely in one piece, and I don't have to fucking call the cops. They live all around me anyways. So um, there are a lot of things that women here in the United States are allowed to take for granted. And when I used to teach mixed martial arts, how to handle a gun, shotgun, rifle, and a semi-automatic rifle, as well as knives, jiu-jitsu, boxing, and all that kind of stuff, at least 70% of the people who we trained had suffered a violent encounter, and they were completely unprepared for it. We allow the women in the United States to live in a delusionary state where they think they can fight a man. They think they can do whatever they want. Now, let me tell you something, ladies. If you have a knife or a gun, you can win or at least stand a fighting chance. The difference is having a gun and being able to employ it, deploy it, put it into firing order, and know where to aim it. I mean, you can't just fire a gun and it's magically going to kill the guy. You can't magically stab somebody and make them stop. Um, those are both perishable skills, using a knife and a gun. Stick, anything. Those are all perishable skills that women just take for granted. That they can pick up the phone, or as soon as they say, I'm going to call the police are going to be there in a blink of an eye. Now, my wife and I are going to take care of the security for my mother-in-law, and it'll be in place by this afternoon. Um, it's one of the things that having enough money can help you out in a pinch. Uh, my wife, anyways, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do, but my mother-in-law is not going to have to worry about security. I've been trying for probably, anyways, that's where she spent probably 40 years of her life raising her family. That's the house she's not going anywhere. But it scared the shit out of her, and I love that little old lady. But hey, bad guys, you better fucking hope I don't find out where you're at. because I know how things work down here. All I got to do is pay the right person. Anyways, again, we allow women here in the United States to think that they can act like a man, do all the things that a man can. And people don't really realize the most violent encounters are against men. It's men on men. You can't, a woman, you just can't defend yourself properly. If you have a shotgun or a handgun or a rifle and you know how to use it and you're not afraid to use it, of course you can win. But the majority of women don't even consider being able to defend themselves. I can kick in most front doors. I'm a pretty big guy. I can get in through a window. I just don't think women really, because they don't feel like they have to even concern themselves about protecting themselves, defending themselves, because they've probably never had to do it in their lives. So, I'm going to take care of my suegra, my mother-in-law. My suegra is going to be, she's already got some bad guys helping her out around the house. They're babysitting her right now till I can get some more guys down there. Anyways. And ladies, it is what it is. I know bad guys. And I'm definitely going to make sure there's some bad guys that tell these other bad guys they better fucking leave her alone. So that's the reality of the world we live in. It's the same here. There's a reason why I picked to live in Federal Hill, where you couldn't grab a dead cat, and swing it by its tail and not hit a police officer or a federal agent in my neighborhood. In fact, they call me, I'm the only crazy. Anyways, this isn't about me. I caution you, ladies, you have to have something at your disposal that gives you a fighting chance. And it can't be something that you buy, have in a lockbox, and you don't ever use or practice with. You need to practice loading it. You need to know how to hold it. You need to know how to aim it. You need to know how to reload it. Because sometimes fights last longer than they do on TV. Okay? And if someone breaks into your house, if someone has the fucking balls to come into your castle, they get no mercy. They get no sympathy. They don't get to call time out. They don't get anything. They get wrath. They get justice. And they get fucking dealt with. And you know what? You don't have to fucking call cops. Especially down there in Juarez. I'm going to financially make sure that my suegra is taken care of. She's not going to have to worry about that shit again. I cannot tell you how upsetting it was to get that. How upsetting it was for my wife. I've been trying to get my suegra to come up here. It's just 10, 15 miles from where she spent most, but she just doesn't want to come. And it's a stark reality. I'm sure we're going to be able to convince the group that runs that little neighborhood to bring the guards and security back. All right. Love you guys. And again, ladies, listen to me. If you believe that you can fight a man and you don't have a tool or a weapon to equal out this game, equal out the fight, you've made a massive mistake. Ask Ronda Rousey about when she was a bartender. And one of the cooks, after she won her silver medal in the Olympics, was talking shit to one of the cooks in the back and decided she was going to fight him. He whooped her ass. I can't tell you. 6'2", 250 pounds, and if I hit you and I know how to fight, lady, even an open hand slap. So, ladies, You have to carry pepper spray. You have to carry a gouge, something that hangs off your keychain that you can put your thumb on and stab somebody in the eye with. You have to know where to stab somebody. You have to have a gun. You have to be able to defend yourself. You cannot call time out in real life. I don't mean to belabor this subject, but I don't think there's a man that sees any of my content who doesn't understand what I'm talking about. There are serial killers out there. There are murderers out there. There are robbing gangs out there. There are guys who are high on drugs and don't give a fuck if they take your life or rape you or do whatever they want to you. Do not buy into the delusion. One part of your life needs for you to be able to defend yourself against all enemies, foreign and domestic. All right? Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. And if you can't, you have to take care of yourselves. Like a fort in a G-string. From West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. And, man. Sometimes bad guys. Sometimes you fucking bad guys mess with the wrong fucking people. All right. Bye-bye.